Good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News. You're with me, Stephanie Lazarus. Let's start off with your headlines. Met Department officials apologize for naming the recent tropical cyclone as Mahasen. China pledges continued support to Sri Lanka's development. Indian Prime Minister on an official visit to Japan. Stories in detail. The Department of Meteorology has apologized for naming the recent tropical cyclone as Mahasen. Director General of the Department S.H. Kariyavasam expressed these views.
The
name list for cyclones that develop in the South Indian Ocean region was submitted by meteorology institutions of countries in the region to the Cyclone Subcommittee in 2000-2001. The names were used from 2004. Of the 23 names put forth by the Department of Meteorology in Sri Lanka, the name Mahasen was selected for the cyclone that developed in May 2013. The naming of the cyclone was not based on any interpretation or done with other intentions. The Department of Meteorology understands that naming the cyclone as Mahasen, who is a great king of the island, led to protests. As the Director General of the Department of Meteorology, I apologize for any disrespect or dishonor caused to the name of King Mahasen and the proud history of our country.
Chairman of the Export-Import Bank of China, or China Exim Bank, has pledged continued support to Sri Lanka's development activities. Issuing a communique, the Presidential Media Unit says that the chairman of the China's Exim Bank had given his assurance at a meeting held with President Mahinda Rajapaksa.
Chairman and President of the Export-Import Bank of China, Lee Rogu, called on President Mahinda Rajapaksa this morning. The chairman of the Exim Bank assured the bank's continued support, particularly in the areas of road development, the construction of highways and water supply projects. President Mahinda Rajapaksa expressed gratitude for the assistance rendered by the Exim Bank for several development projects in Sri Lanka. The President further said that his government hopes the bank will continue to support Sri Lanka's future development initiatives. The Export-Import Bank of China is a state bank solely owned by the Chinese government and provides development funds to promote international economic and trade cooperation.
Minister of Education Bandula Gunawardena states that education too should be held responsible for the war that ravaged the country. The minister expressed these views at a function held in Polonnaruwa.
A program to educate teachers in the northern province was held yesterday under the auspices of the Minister of Education Bandula Gunawardena.
We constantly heard the unpleasant sounds of the war that turned our country into a savage land for 30 years. I believe that the education in our country should also be held responsible for it. Having an education system that is devoid of humanity, that is not futuristic, and that does not suit the world. It is tragic.
The 92nd media workshop in the series of workshops conducted by News First for school children was held at the Sri Pali Vidyalaya in Horana.
The 92nd workshop in a series of media workshops conducted by News First is underway at the auditorium of the Sri Pali Vidyalaya. The News First team that arrived at the school this morning was extended a warm welcome by the principal, students and teachers. The workshop educates children on how to compile and present a news bulletin. Students also gain practical knowledge and experience about the media at the workshop.
Indian Defence Minister A.K. Anthony says that training will not be provided to Sri Lankan military personnel in Tamil Nadu. The BBC reports that the Indian Defence Minister made this statement during a ceremony held to declare open at airline runway in the Thanjavur area.
Training in Tamil Nadu for the Sri Lankan military was suspended previously due to demonstrations against such training. According to the BBC, Sri Lankan military personnel continue to undergo training in certain provinces in India, while the statement made by the Indian Defence Minister A.K. Anthony reiterated a previous decision taken by the Indian government.
The Foreign Employment Bureau has urged the public to inform the Bureau regarding mothers who travel overseas for employment by putting their children in unsafe conditions.
Media spokesperson of the Foreign Employment Bureau, Mangala Randeniya, stated that actions could be taken to temporarily suspend such mothers from travelling abroad. The Bureau states that it has received numerous complaints from husbands who say that their spouses have travelled overseas for employment secretly.
29 private bus owners who were involved in the strike action carried out recently have been questioned by the National Transport Commission. Chairman of the National Transport Commission, Roshan Gunawardena, stated that the bus owners have been informed in writing to be present at the Commission tomorrow. The chairman added that if facts confirm that the protests were carried out in an ad hoc manner, the travel permit of the private bus owners involved in the strike will be cancelled.